What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode, I believe this will be 7 of Megalan7's Gamefinds and Pickups. It's been a little while since I've recorded a video, and things have kind of piled up on me, so this one's probably going to be a bit longer. But hey, I've actually gotten some really cool stuff, so let's get started. So I'll get some of the more boring stuff out of the way, some GameStop pickups. First is White Knight Chronicles, and they were having like a half-off sale on some games, so I picked some stuff up. I'd heard good things about this one, so I decided to grab it. And then in my achievement race, I picked up Virtua Fighter 5. Mostly picked this one up because I like fighting games, so see how this one is. We got Stormrise. This one's complete, that's nice. And we have X-Blades. Complete. Just some GameStop pickups. I also recently bought a Vita and Persona 4 Golden, but I'm not going to include that in the video just because they're like more newer stuff and I just don't feel like showing it or adding it to the total. So anyway, about I'd say 2-3 weeks ago, or 2-3 weekends ago was my last time I'm going to be able to go out yard sailing for a while because it's becoming fall and winter and yard sales die around here, plus my Saturdays are now booked. But I was able to do pretty well on my final weekend yard sailing. The first yard sale I went to had a ton of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I bought a couple. The first one that had games went really well. First thing I managed to see him grab is a copy of Pokemon Blue, and lucky me, the battery was still fine. I didn't have to bother fix that. I also saw a copy of Pokemon Pearl. It was complete. One PS2 game I got, just because I hadn't seen it before, and I figured why not. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the beginning of Destiny. Complete. No trading cards, like I said with the Nicktoons baseball thing, stuff like cards go missing all the time. So then I found a game that I traded away a while ago, and I finally have another copy. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the Xbox. It is complete. Now, while I was looking at this game, and I saw it immediately dove at it before somebody else could grab it, because it was a reseller scanning everything there. So I had to work fast. I saw a dude pick up, I just saw a white case, I figured it was a Wii game, and I hear, how much? Dude's like, $10. That's too much money. And just dude immediately, without even thinking about, the price, he just spat back, that's too much. So, dude's like, $5? Still too much, and he put the game down. So I had to go and look, and it's like, what is this game that they were fighting over so much over price? And I immediately grabbed it because it was Smash Bros. Brawl. Complete. Now, unfortunately, it looks like the disc has some issues, but I have a like $100. Oh, and the case broke. Apparently, that's nice. But I have like a $100 repair system for disc, so I can get it back in playable condition. I think I'll at least give it a shot. But I got all that. Once he totaled it up, he acted like he was gonna make Smash Bros. Make it cost a lot, but I kind of knew that wasn't gonna work since he just offered he told some dude he could pay him $5 and take it. I got that whole stack for $24. The last yard sale that had games was one I'd read about on Craigslist that was advertising Xbox, Wii, and PS2 stuff. And I knew since I tried advertised on Craigslist, it was going to be getting hit up like crazy, so I decided to skip it, and I'd show up to it late and see, pick up some scraps. If I had known what all they were going to have at the start, I would have rushed to it, because when I get there, I see stuff older than PS2, Wii, and Xbox. I see Super Nintendo cards in a long box PS1 game. I went ahead and a N64 game that, I was going to say it was like Motocross 2000. I don't have it over here for my pile, but I'll throw an annotation in for it. But N64, Super Nintendo, PS1, I bought all the games I had left. Got them for $4. Nickelodeon Guts. It's in a lot better shape than my old copy was. Brunswick World Tournament Champions. So, a bowling game. Woohoo. And then my long box, which I'm most excited to get long box games. Panzer General. Manuals there, styrofoam's there, discs there. Nice and complete. You got all those for plus the N64 game for $4. Or was it 4? Wait. 2... Yeah, it was $4. Okay, so I'm gonna skip to my most recent purchase, which was a deal from Craigslist. I got 3 games. One of them is Battle of Giants Mutant Insects complete. I think there's, once again, it looks like there's look, from my initial reading, it looked like there was going to be some kind of card bonus or whatever, but it looks complete. Only got this one just to make the price total a more even number. The other 2 games I got were Tron Evolution for the Xbox. Complete. Mostly. Oh, hey, look, it's even got the little download code. I mostly only got it because I really like Tron. I'm a fan of the series, even though the game is just really meh. And then a game I like because it harkens back to one of my favorites. It's not as good, but it harkens back to it. Amazing Spider-Man. It tries to be Spider-Man 2, but it's not Spider-Man 2. But it's complete. I got all this for $20, which is pretty good, especially considering last time I checked, Amazing Spider-Man was like $27 at GameStop, so or at least it better than GameStop prices. Woohoo! All right, my next bit of excitement comes from a local game store, where I asked if I'd never seen box Genesis games there except for once, and I found it really strange that I'd never seen any. So I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh, they're all in the back. Is there one you're looking for in particular?" Not really. He's like, "I just kind of want to see what you have." And he's like, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to let you into the back so you can see what it is, because I want this Genesis stuff out of my stock, because I don't sell Genesis very easily." And me and one of my friends managed to be able to go back there and pick through his box Genesis stuff, which there was some cool stuff, and also on the back we saw some other stuff that he didn't have, like, out on the floor. A lot of the more valuable stuff he keeps in the back to, like, reduce theft and whatever. But we were able to go through some of that stuff and pick some stuff out. Here's what I grabbed. No, like, super great Genesis games, just some stuff I thought looked cool. We got Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool, complete. Got it just because I thought it was silly. Kid Chameleon, I wanted because it's kind of a staple for this. I got the Mega Drive version, but it's a staple for the Genesis as far as I'm concerned. I wanted a copy. Got this one, Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. It's actually not a bad game. It was one of my original Genesis games, which is why I want it for the box. No manual, but like I said, I mostly wanted it for the box. So I have a double of that game, or just the cartridge. A game I'd heard good things about, Lost Vikings. Once again, no manual, but I mostly got the game to play it because I'd heard good things about it. And then once again, I like fighting games, so I grabbed World Heroes. This one is complete. Got the no color manual, which is kind of meh. When I asked about all those, he priced me out for $25, so they were $5 a piece, which for complete in box Genesis games is not bad at all. A couple other things I grabbed while I was in his back. I'd never seen good Saturn games there because they were all in the back. Although I didn't see any of the Saturn games I was really looking for, but I saw one that I remembered from my childhood I always wanted to play, but I didn't have a system to play it on. It came out on PS1 and Saturn. I didn't have either at the time. And that's Space Jam. Saw it for the Saturn, decided I wanted to have it since my childhood self always wanted it. Case is broken, of course. Space Jam cost me $8, which I've pretty much learned that 10 and up is pretty standard fare for like Madden sports games. I know this is a sports game, but it's a like movie license thing. But like anything non-NHL Madden generic sports games, 10 and up is pretty much the average for Saturn. So this is pretty cheap. The last game I got from him, which was $5, I got because it's a huge part of my childhood. It's a copy of Aladdin for the Game Gear. It's still sealed. It's a Majesco re-release. So, you know, finding a sealed copy of this game isn't hard, really. I mostly got it because this was, like, my absolute favorite game when I was really young. Like, my parents can still recite, like, cheat codes to levels that I played a lot. So I just kind of got it just for the connection to my childhood that it has. Alright, so now on to what I'm going to call the good stuff. Nice chair scoot effect. So, thrift stores were really nice to me recently, and also nice to one of my other friends who collects along with me. He walked out with some pretty nice stuff. I made out like a bandit because he wasn't paying much attention to some of the stuff I was looking at, so he didn't try and stake a claim in it. But let me just kind of go through, I guess, some of the more boring stuff first. We have Midway Arcade Treasures 2 for the Xbox. It's complete. Grabbed it because it had some pretty cool looking games on there, some stuff I wanted to try in the past. We've got a GameCube game, Cars. Once again, another game I'd actually heard I've heard it's pretty good. Better than you'd expect from a movie license game. It was complete. Once again, fan of fighting games, so I grabbed Soul Calibur 3 for PS2. No manual, but it's got the little Namco transmission disc, and there's the game. Save that one for later, and that one too. So, at one of the Goodwills we went to, it was a Goodwill, their store, whatever. There were a ton of games, and I quickly grabbed a whole bunch while everybody was sorting through things, because there was some stuff I saw I wanted to grab before they did. And afterwards, we did some trading with what everybody had grabbed. I had gotten a Resident Evil 4 for GameCube. I already had it. My friend really wanted it, so I gave him the RE4. In return, I got Tekken 5. You could say he got the better end of the deal, but I already had it, and he wanted it. And I kind of wanted Tekken because fighting game. So, well, you might be like, oh, hey, you took the cheaper game or the one that's less coveted. Well, I took the game, I wanted it, and I'm happy, he's happy, everybody's happy. That's what matters in collecting. It's not always about, hey, I got this game for super cheap. Yet another copy of this game, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. The cover is a bit warped, so it might have been water damaged. My water damage curse returns. But it's complete, so that's nice. So just trying to stick with the less coveted stuff at the moment. Just kind of, it's gonna get better, guys. Don't worry. Sid Meier's Pirates. This is a double for me. I didn't quite realize it at the time, so this is trade bait now. I thought I might have had it, wasn't sure. Then I went home and was like, yep, I had it. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. No manual, but the game's there. I played a demo of this when I was a kid, liked it, but never bothered to pick up the game, so when I found it for $4, went with it. Alright, so now we're starting to get to the cream of the crop stuff that I grabbed. So, I don't know, value or rarity or covetedness of some of this stuff off the top of my head, so I'll just go with how I think things are coveted value-wise. We have a Final Fantasy XII Collector's Edition. Both the discs, books there, everything looks sweet. I'm going to have to get the price that they wrote on and off there, but that shouldn't be too hard. And I haven't been saying price I've been paying for these, but all of the thrift store games were $4 or less. Except with 3 exceptions. Final Fantasy XII was one of them, that was $6, but everything else is $4 or less. We got Alien Hominid. I don't know if that's actually rare or coveted, but I've always kind of heard good things about it, and I haven't seen a copy in a while, so I guess it's at least uncommon, maybe? I don't know. But it's complete. We have a game relevant because a spiritual successor is coming out to it. Crimson Dragon, so Panzer Dragoon Orta. It is complete. This is one of the ones that I saw in the stack of games while my friends were rifling through, and I just grabbed a whole bunch to make sure I kind of got this one. Call me a scumbag if you want, but like I said, in the end, everybody left happy. Yeah, so, like I said, this game came after all the Saturn ones everybody wants, and then its spiritual successor will be Crimson Dragon on Xbox One. The game, now here's the game that made me pull my scumbag move where while everybody was shuffling through stuff, I just grabbed 10 of the games and just, kind of walked off while they shuffled through them. Because I saw this, and I've been wanting a copy for a while, and I knew with all my friends around who are big Zelda fans, I would not have been able to walk away with it. Wind Waker, Player's Choice Edition, but I have never owned a copy of Wind Waker, so I'm really glad to finally have a copy. And like I said, all my friends I was with at the time are huge Zelda fans, so I would not have been able to get away with this otherwise if I had not pulled my scumbag move, just grabbing a ton of stuff. Now the 2 things that I'm surprised my friends didn't try and stake a claim on. There were 3 friends at the time who were with me. This Goodwill normally doesn't have games in a case, or games in their display case up near the register, but they had 4. So I go up, I see the top of the stack is a Tony Hawk's American Wasteland for $360, which is a great game in my opinion, but I already had a copy, so no interest in it. I saw what looked like an original Xbox game, the Final Fantasy XII Collector's Edition. I just saw a steel case at the time, and I saw one PS1 Longbox. And also at the bottom is Capcom. I only know of 2 Longbox PlayStation games that were made by Capcom. One is Street Fighter Alpha. The other one I know of is Resident Evil. At the time I grabbed it, somehow it didn't register with us, especially the friends I went with weren't like, 2 of them aren't huge collectors, one of them is a huge collector like I am. I'm surprised that I was able to get away with the Resident Evil without anybody really noticing. Like, they were like, oh, hey, cool, Resident Evil, and it just didn't click for them that this was the long box version. What is unfortunate is there was no manual and the cover art's coming off. That sucks. But it's still a long box Resident Evil, and I got it for $6, which is a good deal for this. And then the last thing I got, which everybody saw, but I'm the only one who caught something about it. Halo 2. Just Halo 2, nothing special. Wait a second. What's that seal? What's that seal? This is what I have here. It's an unopened Halo 2, and it's the original run. The label across the top reads, "Do not sell before 11/9/04." So this was a copy of the game that was in the first print run of Halo 2. They thought I had just grabbed a normal copy of Halo 2, everything was good. They didn't realize when I was looking through the stuff they pulled out of the case that this was sealed. So once we left the store, I was like, did anybody notice this? Notice what? And I showed them, and they, jealousy what happened. So, that's everything I've picked up recently. As you can see, it actually has been a pretty good week, unlike last time where everything was just kind of ho-hum. We have some exciting stuff this time between Wind Waker, Resident Evil, Halo 2. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite this time, so I'm gonna cheat and just pick a couple. So I guess my favorites from this haul. I'm gonna frame the shot better. Okay, I'm just gonna say those are my favorites. If you really forced me to pick one, I guess I would have to go with Wind Waker, just because I've wanted a copy for a little while. But like I said, it's really hard to pick because the sealed Halo 2 is cool, sealed Aladdin's cool, long box Resident Evil is really nice. But I'm gonna cheat. It's my show. It's not like set rules or something. But these are my favorites. So that's everything I've picked up this time around. I really appreciate anybody who watches these videos, and, thanks a lot. It really means a lot to me that you're taking time out of your day to watch this stuff and just watch some dude rant about, hey, I found this video game. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Like this video, comment on it, subscribe to my channel, please. You'll see more of this. And I'm really hoping down the road I'll maybe get like one of the spy cams so I can film myself going into the stores. I'll see if I can get some of my other collector friends in on this, and we can maybe do some discussions about retro game collecting and stuff like that. I just really want to know, what do you guys want to see? Because that's the kind of stuff I'll try and make and try and supply you guys, so you can have a fun time on YouTube, despite the fact there's like a million people who will provide you with great videos on YouTube. So anyway, like I said, thanks again for watching, and good luck in your game hunting, or if you're not a retro game collector, good luck with life. Peace out.